Every time Samsung prepares to launch a new Galaxy flagship, people ask the same question: will prices go up again? This time, the answer might finally be yes. Reports from South Korea suggest that the upcoming Galaxy S26 series could cost more than last year's Galaxy S25 lineup. After holding prices steady for a few years, Samsung may have no choice but to raise them in 2026. According to ET News, Samsung is facing higher costs for almost every major smartphone part. The company's recent report shows that chipset prices have gone up by about 12% compared to last year. Camera modules now cost around 8% more, and memory chips like LPDDR5 RAM have seen the biggest increase, more than 16%. This jump in RAM prices is a big problem for Samsung and other phone makers. The reason is the worldwide shift toward AI technology. Chip manufacturers are focusing on making high-bandwidth memory HBM chips used in AI servers rather than memory for phones. Because of that, there's less supply of regular smartphone memory chips, which drives prices higher. Experts say this trend will likely continue through 2026, with rising costs in multiple areas. It's getting harder for Samsung to keep flagship prices the same as before. The Galaxy S26 series is expected to have 3 models again: the regular S26, the S26 Plus, and the S26 Ultra. Samsung was rumored to be working on a Pro or Edge version, but those plans were reportedly dropped earlier this year. Instead, Samsung is focusing on refining the 3 main versions. However, this change has also caused a slight delay in the production schedule. The company is now expected to announce the new phones on February 25th in San Francisco. So, what kind of price increase are we talking about? The Galaxy S25 launched at $799 for the base model, $999 for the Plus, and $1,299 for the Ultra. Analysts now predict that each version could be $50 to $100 more expensive. That means the S26 might start around $850, the S26 Plus at roughly $1,050, and the Ultra possibly close to $1,400 at first glance. That might not sound like a huge jump, but it reflects a major trend in the smartphone industry. Component prices are going up across the board, and even big companies like Samsung can't completely avoid it. While Samsung designs many of its own chips, it still depends on global suppliers for materials and parts. Some experts think Samsung could try to absorb some of these extra costs to stay competitive with Apple and Chinese brands like Xiaomi and OnePlus. But with prices for multiple parts rising by double digits, it's hard to imagine Samsung keeping the same prices without cutting into profits. How will customers react if prices go up? Surveys show mixed opinions. Many Samsung fans say they'll still consider upgrading if the new phones bring real improvements, things like better AI features, new camera technology, and longer battery life. Others say they'll wait for trade-in deals or special promotions. And some users have simply started keeping their phones longer, skipping upgrades, or buying refurbished models to save money. This situation shows how much the smartphone industry is changing. Artificial intelligence isn't just shaping how phones work, it's changing how they're made and how much they cost. The same chips that power AI servers are also needed for smartphones, which means companies now have to compete for resources. If Samsung does raise prices, it could set a new standard for other brands too. Apple, Google, and other major phone makers are facing similar cost issues, so a wave of higher flagship prices might be on the way in 2026. For now, all eyes are on Samsung's February event. The Galaxy S26 lineup will probably focus heavily on AI-powered features, improved performance, and a more polished design. The real question is whether these upgrades will be enough to make buyers accept the higher price. No matter what happens, the Galaxy S26 series will likely mark the start of a new chapter for Samsung, one where the cost of innovation is finally catching up with the company and its customers.